Hey guys, today this is my very first video on military collecting, and my first video is going to be about my favorite items in my collection, which are military helmets, army helmets. Today we're going to talk about the M1 helmet, and I have four examples here, and we'll just get started. So I'm going to give you guys a little background first on the M1 helmet. It was the U.S. helmet used from World War II to 1985. And so if you're ever finding an M1 helmet somewhere, like let's say a flea market or a auto fair, the ones with the rare or weird markings on them are more expensive and therefore more rare. The helmet was adopted by the U.S. military in 1941, and it replaced the M1917 helmet, which was the one they used in World War I. Now the airborne soldiers, on their M1 helmets, they would have little things on theirs, which would be an R or a heart or like a four of spades, or let's just say like a four-leaf clover. So if you ever find those markings, pick that up, because those are very, very rare paratrooper helmets, airborne. The U.S. Marines had a camouflage helmet cover, like this one, and it had camouflage on it. That was their cover for their helmet. The Air Force has one with two flaps on the side, and I don't have anything for that because those are extremely rare, but they would use them on B-17s and just bombers when they would go long distance bombing. They would have two little flaps on the side of the helmet to protect the ears against flak and like just loud noises. The U.S. Navy adopted it for the anti-aircraft gunners, and the colors for the U.S. Navy M1 helmets were shades of blue, gray, or for the detonating damage control teams, it was a red. Now, M1 helmets also had netting on them, which soldiers would put their little pocket Bible or cigarettes or some kind of like medicine or nicotine shots if they needed that. So they would put those in the nets so they would have them on their helmet. Okay, so first we're going to start off with my first helmet. And this is a paratrooper helmet. I do not know if it's from Vietnam or World War II, but I do know it is paratrooper helmet because a paratrooper helmet has what's called A-yokes on the straps, which is right here. A-yoke straps mean it looks like an A. I don't know if you can tell, but that's an A shape. And it has this extra padding right here, so hitting your head and stuff. This is the liner of it. That is what an M1 helmet looks like, so get yourself familiar with that look if you're shopping for something. And the liner comes out, and this is just the shell of the helmet, which, just a metal shell. Nothing special about that. And then here is your liner, which is made out of like a fiberglass feel, and which contains the liner. There are no special markings on this one that I bought. This is my very first military collectible artifact, so it is my pride and joy. Next is one that I picked up for about $5 at an auto fair, which auto fairs do sell a lot of military surplus along with a bunch of car parts and antiques. So if you're looking for something to buy about the military, that is actually a good place to buy one. This one isn't in the best condition and it doesn't have any liner, but it does have the chin strap, which my paratrooper helmet did not. Once again, I don't know how to date M1 helmets. It's the only thing I don't know how to do. I don't know if this is from Korea, World War II, or Vietnam, but it does have dents on the top. I don't know, maybe from shrapnel or just getting hit in the head by something. Dust on that. And that is another M1 helmet. Same look as the one before. This one's just in worse condition. Another nice one that I picked up also at the auto fair is this one. This one is from Vietnam. You can tell by the helmet cover that it came with, which is camouflage. And this cover was originally used in Europe, and then they just adopted it for the jungle use in Vietnam in the 70s, late 60s. And these little holes on here are for putting in like fake foliage to hide in the trees, kind of like how the Japanese did in World War II. They put like branches and flowers and stuff in the helmet sticking out so they could like hide and just create more camo cover for them. And the liner here is different than the paratrooper liner. There is a slight difference once again with the straps. That's just the inside. Same liner look. And the helmet cover will just wrap around the helmet like this. Like that. My last helmet that I want to show you guys is just a liner helmet. And this was my grandpa's, and he used this for go-kart racing when he was a kid in like races. This, you can find a lot of M1 helmets like these that were actually used in racing. Now, of course, this wasn't a professional racer, but this was just, you could paint them. A lot of people painted them after the war because there was so many of them brought back from the war. And so a lot of people would paint these and use for other things.